Audio Jungle.
Hello, Thronecrafters, and welcome to Thronecraft News. My name is Ito, and I'm going to host for you this week's news on Thronecraft. This week's breaking news: Morgamere has fallen, slaughtered by the Inquisitors of Dawnkeep. The rebellion in Stonovan, a new government rises. And the rebellion in Europe, a new government rises there as well. Our first breaking news this week is the death, or rather the victory, over Morgamere. Morgamere was probably one of the most dangerous demons in Aoya, trying to bring down the world into darkness. He attacked several cities, killed a lot of people. From farmers to government officials, no one was spared. For more information, hear a report from Nog.
For the past few months, Morgamere has killed, haunted and scared the people of Aoya. This past week, however, Morgamere was slain by the Inquisitors of Dawnkeep. Rumor has it that Inquisitor Kloss used the Sword of Morgamere and ancient spells to defeat the vampire. The body of Morgamere has been hidden away, and only a select few know of the location. Just a few days later, Inquisitor Kloss Bolton died. He was a very influential man to Aoya, and he's been alive for longer than most. He has saved Aoya from werewolves, vampires, witches, and even demons, and he was the one that defeated Morgamere. May he rest in peace.
Thank you, Nog. Our second big news this week is the rebellion in Stonovan. Though it does not seem like a major rebellion, it is a very dangerous and shift in Aoya's political topography. It has been some time since the absence of King Ben, and hence a new claimant to the throne has risen. For more information, hear a report.
Sydney Kai here. Over in Stonovan there has been massive upheave in terms of leadership. One, Look Cookbaron, has challenged King Ben of Stonovan for role of king. A small crowd gathered to hear the speech that was given, and it appears that all was going well for Mr. Cookbaron. Mr. Cookbaron managed to gain favour with the Stonovans and managed to expand the territories, keep the city safe and build army training centres. Mr. Cookbaron was not without mercy for King Ben and promised to give him a high position with his council if he was to become the new king. He also promised to heed the wise words of the council that were to work alongside him. This seemed to win over a vast majority of Stonovans who pledged their allegiance to the old council member of Stonovan. However, just as it all seemed to be going off without a hitch, Blake Cookbaron ended up flattened under debris as he was making good on his promise to expand some of the buildings around Stonovan. As it stands, Stonovan is currently in a slight state of turmoil, and as many councils members have fled the city, unhappy with Mr. Cookbaron's proposals with the current king on vacation. Back to you, Ito.
Our last breaking news this week is the rebellion in Europe and the end of its republic. The nationalist government, elected 3 weeks ago, has destroyed all opposing parties. It has allied with the newly formed party and made promises to the leader of the Liberal Party to be helped to become Doge. They did not keep their promise. Still, they refused to hold elections, and in the end, with the support of the military, created what we could qualify as a military dictatorship. In response, a group that called itself the Huls has separated itself from Europe. They are working against the nationalists, against the rich, and want the return of democracy. As of now, they have raided and conquered Europe's only outpost. After that, more dissidents of Europe joined the group, doing a terrorist attack on Europe's government building, setting the Hall of Parliament on fire. And again, after that, both groups cooperated to kidnap the current Doge of Europe, who is still being held hostage by the Huls, until negotiations can begin. In consequence of Europe's new military government, the scholars started to flee the city, most notably Tithi Newent, who founded Eurasians University and took care of the immense library, as well doing many breakthroughs in medicine. He has decided to flee the city, since it was not a safe harbor for culture or science any longer. He also saved the Library of Europe from such a potentially destructive government, although saving came close to stealing the entire library. His reasons were that some of the knowledge contained in some of the books would be too dangerous in the hands of such a new government. In more news, the Princess of Gunloth was found dead floating in a river. The person presumed to have found her is King Lucas of Soralis. the same person who a week earlier had kidnapped her. The king of Soralis accuses him to be the killer as well. Once more, his whereabouts are unknown, although some speak of his rise that will soon happen again. Lastly, a new wave of immigration to Thesmondan has begun. After a long time of being forgotten, people started to move to Thesmondan again, though now the city is called Lierif. Most notably is a wealthy family who has settled in Lierif. Maybe they will invest into the city to make it great again. In any case, I am certain that we will hear more about them soon. This was Thronecraft News. Thank you for watching and see you next week.